You just had a red day. You are in your home office looking at the drawdown of your account and you feel alone, helpless, like there is no way in the world that you are going to make it in trading. I felt like this many times. And if you have too, in this video I will give you my 5-step action plan that I use to fight it. Welcome to another video of the Lone Stack about trading psychology. In this video I am going to address a crucial topic, the importance of self-reliance. We will explore what it means and how it connects to our trading, especially for those of us that we trade with our own accounts and our own money. But first, let's make something very clear. Self-reliance and working the trading journey alone does not mean in any way social isolation. This is a vital distinction. If you misunderstand this, you could end up with severe depression symptoms. I made that mistake myself, and so I want to warn you. In life, we are generally meant to live in social groups, form families, organizations, and interact with others. This helps us share knowledge, build things, and evolve as a species. But in several endeavors, we need to be alone to achieve our goals. It starts even with school. We attend classes, listen to the teacher as a group, and then return home to study what we have learned, alone with our own thoughts. The same applies if you want to start a business or engage in an intense sport like boxing. You will often find yourself truly alone. In business, for example, you make the final decisions and you bear the responsibility. With boxing, you spend hours punching that bag, and even during sparring or a real fight, you are alone in the ring. Your coach can shout advice to you, but they cannot help you or punch for you. What I have described are endeavors where the outcome, whether you get paid or win, relies 100% on you. And if you fail, you must take full responsibility. On the other hand, on our society, most of the people, they will try to get a good job and build a steady career, getting a paycheck every month. They embrace the safety and security that the corporate world often provides. Most of the people also have never felt a punch in their face, and they actively try to avoid the pain. And these are normal human reactions. In my early years, I was also the same. I was working in the tech industry, boring jobs, and I was too scared to lose my job because I would lose the paycheck that I was using to fuel my hobbies, take care of my responsibilities, and live my life. The mindset of, let's say, the common life makes you to rely on others, and that is a fact. And one of the biggest fears for everyone in this life is to lose everything and be poor. I mean, who wants to be poor without a job, right? No one. Fear, feeling scared, feeling helpless. These are true emotions that can make any of us freeze in any aspect of our lives. And now we enter trading, a business endeavor that holds maximum risk, requires immense discipline, has a long learning path with no guarantees for success, and with markets that constantly change and evolve. This is not your regular job where you can do the same task every day, exactly the same, without any thinking, and then at the end of the month make a base salary. It is also critical to mention that many of us combine a daytime job with trading for financial security. This combination in itself is quite different, as the stable income from the daytime job, if enough of course, makes it easier to keep out the negative emotions that spark from trading and keep the psychology dynamics in a different level. So feelings like shame, despair, self-blame, frustration are really more easy to fight. These feelings are what I call trading demons. For a deeper dive into unmasking them, you can watch my previous video. I will have the link in the description. You can see also the card on the screen right now. Many people enter this business disregarding the facts and all the warnings that I just stated. Like a gambler, they hope that they can make a lot of money very fast every day and replace a salary. Then they fail. And it's precisely at this point, after facing reality and often experience failure, that the profound loneliness of trading truly sets in. Unlike a team project at work where you share failures and successes with your colleagues, or a business that you have partners that you can strategize with, trading is fundamentally solitary. Every decision, every entry, every exit is ultimately yours and yours alone. There is no boss to validate your effort, no colleague to share the burden of a loss, and the weight of your own money on the line creates an internal pressure that is very hard to articulate, let alone to share it with someone outside of this unique world, like with family or with friends. And what follows is the natural response to look out for help. And this is where the problem starts. And here lies two paths. The first is to study, learn, and try on your own until you reach success. The second is to join a group, a community, or find a mentor that will guide you to success. Most of us, because of our conditioning from society, we would go naturally with option number two. This is basic psychology because we are drawn to the feeling of safety and security. Having someone else to guide us or being part of a group will make it feel much easier for us. This is also where the side business of trading education exists. There are endless chat rooms, social groups, trading signal providers, you name it, that will take your money to give you this feeling of safety and security. And please do not get me wrong, there are certain mentorships and communities that can really be beneficial if used correctly. Having someone that achieved what you want to achieve, who can answer your questions, is really positive, encouraging, and can provide knowledge to integrate or even completely transform your process. But for me, personally, the very essence that they give you these feelings, this is what keeps me away from them. In the long term, it's a sure way of building the wrong trading psychology mindset. You will train your subconscious to rely on others for trading rather than relying on yourself. And my channel, The Lone Stack, this is why it's named like this. I personally want to build my skill sets on my own, relying on as much as I can to myself and not on others. And this is my mission. If this is also something that you are interested in, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. Now, consider option number one. All the knowledge you will ever need is out there. Books, seminars, courses, etc. Everything is out there. You are going to absorb all this knowledge on your own pace, on your own, and then start trading with no helping hands, building yourself for trading discipline and self-reliance. This is the path to become emotionally invisible. Now, feeling scared and helpless are within your comfort zone. You still have these feelings, of course, but you are not afraid of them. You live with them, you accept them. You know yourself so much that there is no fear involved. You are now calm and relaxed, and when facing problems in your trading, you are able to manage them properly. Imagine having a series of losing trades. Instead of panic, rushing into more trades, or having your hands shaking because of the stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, you are now feeling calm. Your breathing is normal. You constantly evaluate, looking at your total risk, and you can make a clear decision if you can continue trading or walk away. The extreme, but also very common problem with the option number two is when someone follows a mentor like he is like a savior. This is the path that keeps you truly emotionally vulnerable. When this savior goes away, you will not be emotionally ready to trade on your own because you never did before. This way, psychological development is actually outsourced, and it can also become a really huge problem when their advice does not align with one's unique psychology. Myself, I also fell into this trap after I lost a couple of my accounts. I started questioning myself that maybe I needed guidance. After joining a few chat rooms, I quickly understood the problem. As I mentioned also in my previous video, no one could help me anyway, because no one could do the psychological work I had to put myself into. Sure, there were good advice, but nothing I would bet my account with, or anything that I couldn't find by reading books. So for me, loneliness in trading is actually what will keep you in the game, embracing that it's you, your mind, in perfect synergy to achieve your goal and make money out of the markets. It may be a long way to shift your mind into that. So what really helped me to turn things around, especially during those tough times when I was by myself, losing trades, feeling all these negative emotions alongside loneliness, it came down to a series of specific actions that I started taking. Think of it as my personal toolkit for navigating this challenge. So here are the 5 steps that I consistently do. Number 1, I immediately take a break. No matter what, I just step away from the screens. Number 2, I reflect on my trades out loud. When I will be back on my computer, checking what happened, I will talk to myself rather than silently looking, for example, on my entries or my exits. Number 3, I accept any outcome as it's already happened. There is no need for negative feelings for something that had already happened and cannot be changed. Number 4, I talk to myself out loud in a positive and empathetic way. I will either do it at the computer or maybe go to the mirror and talk to myself like it's a different person. Number 5, I take concrete actions if needed to prevent these mistakes from happening again in the future. And that might be, let's say, changing a part of my process. The important part of this action plan is the power of talking out loud to yourself. It can do cognitive restructuring or reframing in your brain that will help you achieve a permanent mindset transformation on the long term. We have our conscious and subconscious mind. Whenever we talk loudly to ourselves, our conscious talks directly to our subconscious. And this is a really powerful way to reprogram ourselves. And this means that you can effectively become your own mentor using critical thinking when your conscious mind is calm and you are not trading, to guide your subconscious towards better habits and responses. Just make sure that whatever you say is really positive. Think about what you would say to a dear friend of yours if he had the same issues, how you would encourage them to do better. And this approach is highly and scientifically documented. There are really tons of research out there if you want to find more. As a conclusion, I am also working for many years on my own business doing IT consulting. So I am done with the paycheck mentality and the security that a day job provides. And that is also easier reflected to my trading. I am more comfortable to accept the risks, define them, work with them, and making them part of my life. I have seen how difficult it was in my tech career, also how differently it connected to my trading. It will definitely take more time, depending of course on your psychological profile, but the feeling having no fear and being able to overcome negative situations will pay you off 100 times. I know it because I have experienced this payoff firsthand. I would also challenge you to take one day this week and trade on your own plan. No outside advice, and see what you will learn about your own psychology. Journal it and be open about it with yourself. If you feel like it, also share it in the comments. I would really love to hear your experience. If you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.